And his accuracy's stupid. It doesn't even look like other guys. It's ridiculous. Like it's a knife. Oh, God. Christine with the news.
No. Herd on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
Well, since the Gators fired Jim McElwain, they've been 0-2 with their interim coach, and there are reports now coming out that there are 3 candidates they're considering to replace that head coaching role. Chip Kelly is one of them, Scott Frost, and Dan Mullen.
Those are all good candidates.
Yeah, and reportedly, Florida has already begun vetting Kelly by making calls to NFL executives to do a general background and also to explore his issues at Oregon. So they're trying to look into all of those.
He had some sketchy recruiting at Oregon.
Yeah, so I want to make sure they don't get in any trouble.
Yeah, that's fair.
You like him there?
Should do that. Yeah, I think all 3 of those guys would be fine. Mullen used to be Urban Meyer's offensive coordinator. So, I mean, all 3 of those guys would be fine. And here's what happens in the South. The South tends to hire the South. And so I would say Mullen would probably be the favorite.
What about for Chip Kelly? Would he want to do that?
Really good question. I don't have an answer. I've met Chip.
You don't know. You didn't talk to him this morning and see what he wants to do?
I have not. I have his number. Generally, I'll
text him right now.
All right, after the segment, I will in commercial.
Just ask him if he wants to go there, and then we can just make the news.
By the way, Yankees are going to name a manager here in a week. Just tell you, Herd was working the iPhone this weekend. John, let's break that story.
You know who it's going to be?
I know one of the candidates. Talk to him all the time.
So maybe you could write that down on a piece of paper. We'll lock it away, and then when it gets announced, you can open the envelope.
Good call.
So in the break, we'll give you an envelope.
Okay, do that,
You're
John.
going to write it down.
Yeah.
And then you're going to give it to me.
Okay, I will.
And then when it's announced, I'm going to open that same envelope.
Okay.
I'm going to write on it with my pink pen so we know that it's real.
Okay, that's a good call.
All right. Ben McAdoo was asked about his team's situation after they are now 1-8 and lost to the previously winless 49ers. And he's saying, what situation? I don't really know there's a situation.
Do you need to address, your situation with the team? Because there's going to be speculation.
What situation? We have to go correct the tape, all right? We have to get ready for the next ball game. We have a chance to play probably one of the best teams in football next week, so no situation.
This poor guy,
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for him at this point because that doesn't look good to lose to the 49ers, but they're just kind of tumbling downward.
Oh, yeah. Listen, here's the upside, is that they're going to have a top 2 or 3 pick, and they're going to get their next quarterback. So, I mean, the Giants are never this awful, it seems like. And you know what's funny about the Giants? If you look at their history, this is the New York Giants history. They hire a legendary coach, they whiff. They hire a great coach, they whiff. They have, even as well run as they are, it's hard to find the right coach. They didn't know Tom Coughlin was going to be this good. And they have a history of getting it right and then missing, and then getting it right and missing. And my guess is they'll go out and find a great coach. And I'll just throw this at you. Don't be shocked if Nick Saban's name comes out. Now Nick might not leave, but I would be surprised if the Giants don't, because Nick's real safe. Nick's not going to whiff at the NFL. He's not going to. He could have won in Miami had they given him Drew Brees. The doctors wouldn't, or else he would have had Drew Brees and he'd never have coached Alabama because he would have won in the NFL. I think Saban and the Giants, they'll make the call.
Well, there's some reports now, too, that are saying that maybe the Giants will kind of be out of character and fire Ben McAdoo before the end of the season.
Well, you know what's funny about that?
Would you do that?
It's not in their nature, but, Christine, we got 8 weeks to go. It's funny because it's not in their nature, but I was looking this morning at the schedule. I'm like, oh, my God, we're at the halfway point.
So maybe even if they know, okay, we want to fire him at the end of the season, they'll say we should just do it now so we can at least get rid of that energy, let our team kind of progress a little bit.
And maybe there's somebody on the staff. They want to see if they have the chops. I mean, I don't like doing that, but maybe that's their MO. I don't know.
And finally, did you see Teddy Bridgewater this weekend?
Is that amazing?
Yeah, really cool. So he didn't actually play, didn't go on the field, but he was in uniform for the first time since he suffered that knee injury. And then during the national anthem, I mean, look at him. He's crying. He's trying to pretend like he's not crying and wiping his face, but he's definitely crying, and that makes sense. I would be a wreck. But here he is explaining his emotions during that moment.
It all boiled up. I kind of screamed a little on the sideline after I said my prayer in the end zone. I screamed a little, and then when I got on the sideline, it was like, man, it's really about to happen. But like I said, today was a great moment for my life, my personal life, but it was even a better moment for this team. We got out there, we competed, and we won a big game that we needed to win on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, that literally, aside from stepping on the field, is the moment that he's been waiting for since he hurt himself.
Yeah.
And all the recovery and all the rehab, that's what this was leading up to.
Rehab's awful. It's all the work and none of the fun and glory.
Yeah.
So when you
not knowing if he was ever going to be able to play again.
Yeah, special moment. Christine with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie
He was
News.
a second-round draft pick in '94. Then he played, and then he was a scout, and now we're lucky enough to have him on an almost regular basis. Bucky Brooks, NFL analyst, former scout, who